Hello, welcome back. Now we'll be looking into launching Amazon instances. So I'll keep the document ready. Right. So first we need to register and log in. I'll show you that one. So if you go to aws.amazon.com and register yourself and sign into the console. Right. Yeah, once you sign in, you'll be looking into the dashboard of Amazon, which is this one. So what we need EC2 instances. So if you see our document here, register and log into AWS, navigate to EC2 and launch instances, right? So that's the same one here. I have documented in both locations. We'll go to EC2, which is Elastic Compute. So here you can see the running instances as 0, right? So there are a number of services provided by Amazon, but we are going only with EC2 at the moment, and that is all we need. The running instances, which is your basically a Linux virtual machine on top of the cloud platform. So we don't have any instance at the moment, so let's go and launch our cluster instances. So there are number of Amazon provided distributions of Linux and Windows softwares here. You can go and find which operating system you want and which one to select, right? So there are 32-bit and 64-bit. We'll be looking into community AMIs. Amazon machine image. You can see AMI means Amazon machine image, which is basically a virtual machine image. If you ever had to work with virtual machine, you know what is image means. So just import it or deploy it on the fly. We select CenOS. Right, we'll go with the first one, which is 6.4. So we have selected that one, CentOS, or we call CentOS. We'll go with the M3 large. Right, so here we need to talk a little bit about pricing. So if you go here, you can find EC2 pricing. So let's say North California, but I'm not there anyway, I'm in the UK. It's faster. So you can see the pricing here, Linux and Unix usage, and you can see the type of machine you want. So we are going with the M3 large, which is 2 CPUs and 7.5 gigabytes of RAM, 1x32 SSD. So 32 gigabytes of SSD storage, which costs $0.154 per hour, so 0.154 cents per hour. So it depends how many hours you want the Hadoop cluster. You can just install it and terminate it, or you can install it and practice it. For myself, I'll keep it open for 5 to 10 days and terminate it. So it's up to you. You have to work out the costs and be careful. You can go over your limit sometimes. If you keep them open, once you finish the work, you have to terminate them. That's a fundamental point and very important if you don't want to get charged, right? But this is very useful if you want to practice a real cluster of Hadoop and get real exposure, right? Let's go back to this one. So M3 large, 2 CPUs, 7.5 gigabytes of memory and 1x32 SSD. So next, configure instance. So number of instances, we need 5, right? I'm taking 5 here. You can do it with 3 also, That is not a problem at all, completely accepted. One will be the master and two will be the slave nodes, right? That's not a problem at all. So we don't need to configure any other advanced details. So everything should be fine here, and we'll just go continue. Add storage. You don't need to add storage because we already selected 32 gigabytes of SSD. That should be fine for us, right? So next, tag instance. It's just a name. You can give any name here. So I'll be giving my HA cluster, and it's Hadoop cluster. Right. Security groups. We need to create a security group. So name it. I'll be naming it as HADMIN SEC, right? So Hadoop admin security group. Review and launch. So I'll give you a couple of warnings. That's all okay. Open to world. So that is what we told earlier. You need to configure IP addresses which you only want to access Amazon instances. At the moment they are all public, right? So for practice they should be fine, and you can't take it as a production cluster because the model is okay for building production, but you need to modify all the security bits, right? You can see it is not eligible for free tier. Yeah, we know that. So instance type, confirm everything, just TCP SSH, yeah, launch. And this is important bit. You need to download this key pair, right? So if you choose one key pair, name it right Hadoop security key, and you need to download it. You can see a little warning there. You have to download the private key file before you can continue. Store it in a secured accessible location. You will not be able to download the file again after it's created. This is very important. You can't access any of your Amazon instances if you don't download the key and forget it, right? This screen and this download key pair is very important. Remember this and download it. So mine is downloading now. Once I confirm that it was downloaded, I launch the instances. So here is the key which you downloaded, had sec key.pem, right? This is very important, and we need to do another key with it. I'll show you how to do it in a minute, right? Next, we click on launch instances. So you can see the status message and view instances. So it will take a while, like 5 to 8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes to come back. So once you're having seen the status as running, you're done and you got all the instances up and running. So this is a quick way of launching Amazon instances. You can alternatively do it from command line from one of your Linux machines by importing Amazon Web Services command line interface tools. But that process is a bit tedious and it's a long process when you don't have internet access and when you are not allowed to or when you don't have web interface in your Linux, right? Then you may have to choose that option if you don't have a browser option, right? So here we go, it's running, and that's how we launch the instances. We'll continue in the next session with elastic IPs and security groups, right? Thank you.